Just let that sink in for a second. What's up guys, Zach Dixon from Players Lounge here. Today I want to talk to you about the two types of people that I like to hire for Players Lounge. And I predominantly handle two sides of Players Lounge. One is the growth and the other is the community and support side of the business, right? So how do we get bigger and how do we keep people happy and make sure that they're loving their experience on Players Lounge? And so I'm a massive soccer fan, always have been, always will be, right? I grew up playing soccer, studying French, and being from Louisiana. And so I always felt a really strong connection to not only France, but the French-speaking world. When I was 18, I got a scholarship to go study in Senegal, in French West Africa. And I played soccer there and I learned so much about the culture and the region specifically and the type of players, the player archetypes that they produce. So for Players Lounge, right, me personally, the people that I'm attracted to, not just employees, but friends and partners, the people that I'm attracted to are either one of two personalities. One, they are considerably more talented than me and can do things that I cannot even come close to doing. Or two, they work way harder than me, right? Those are the only two types of personalities that I'm really attracted to. And when those two are combined together, that is like mesmerizing, right? So I get a lot of people that ask me, are you hiring for Players Lounge? What do I have to do to join Players Lounge full time? I love video games. I think I could help you grow Players Lounge, right? I'm gonna tell you about two soccer players that I think describe the perfect type of employee that I like to hire for my teams at Players Lounge. So Players Lounge is about 15 to 20 people right now full time, and I've hired directly maybe about 9 of them. And every one of those 9 people fits into one of these two buckets. The first, I will say, is the Didier Drogba bucket, right? That is the person that is capable of things that very few other people are, particularly myself. I love to hire people that can do things that I cannot even come close to doing. I'm 5'8" and 3/4 and Jewish and probably ran a 5'1" 40 at my absolute fastest, right? Didier Drogba, like a 6'3" hulking Ivorian striker who just smashed goals in for fun and bullied defenders for decades, right? That is something that I, as a soccer player, always wanted to do but never could. I just didn't have the build for it, right? As an employee, I like to hire people that can do things that I always have dreamt of doing, right? Statistical analysis, regressions, really in-depth marketing campaigns, writing fantastic code, right? These types of things that I look at and I'm just in awe of them. Those are the type of people that I like to work with and that I surround myself with, right? So, prime example, our CMO, right? Cam Bowl. He was the first employee at FanDuel. Just let that sink in for a second. He helped FanDuel grow from a 6-person founding team to a 600-person company, right? He's the chief marketing officer at Players Lounge. There's a reason that we hired him, right? That is the Didier fucking Drogba of skill-based cash gaming, right? FanDuel is considerably a derivative. Players Lounge is a derivative of FanDuel, right? Players compete against each other for money in fantasy sports on FanDuel. On Players Lounge, they compete against each other for money playing video games, right? They're both called pari-mutuel platforms. That's where there's a house, and the house provides the network, the platform, and the wallet, and then players play against each other. That's it, right? So the first bucket is the Didier Drogbas, the Cam Bowles of the world. Those are the first bucket of people that I like to hire. And when you find them, you fucking hire them right away. It's not hard to identify people that are super, super talented. You can take one look at them and it's over, right? So that's the first bucket, my Didier Drogbas. He's also my favorite soccer player of all time. The second bucket is honestly a little harder, I think, to identify and to cultivate. And those are your N'Golo Kantés, right? If you don't know who N'Golo Kanté is, he might be the most industrious soccer player in the world right now. That's a word that British soccer commentators use a lot to describe specifically defensive center midfielders. In soccer, there's 11 players, right? There's like 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 2 forwards generally. The defensive center midfielder is the player who runs the most on the field, and they make sure the other team is not having fun, right? Not really any creative input to the game. You're just making sure you're running a lot, you're tackling hard, and you're playing with a lot of intensity, right? So I have hired like 5 or 6 people that I thought were in N'Golo Kante, and only a couple of them were, right? So what I mean is that N'Golo Kante runs more in a single soccer game than most players do on the field. Almost every game he plays. So I want to work with people that are either can do something that I cannot do, or secondly, are gonna work harder than I work. And I work like, I don't know, 70, 80-hour weeks every week. So I'm not expecting you to log more hours, right? But these people, the ones that I really am in love with, the hires that are mind-shockingly awesome, those are the people that are willing to run the entire game non-stop and sweat it out, right? Those people are really hard to come by. A lot of people talk the talk, and then when they get the opportunity, they just can't hack it, right? Working a 12-hour day, 3 days in a row, working weekends, some people aren't cut out for that, right? Some people want the work-life balance. That's not what I want, right? The people that are on the support team work extremely hard at Players Lounge. We offer just about 24/7 support, almost 365, right? We have about an 8 or 9 person full-time support team, and I'm gonna tell you that the head of support is a guy named Mick Manning, and Mick is N'Golo Kante. This dude works hard. He outworks me. He works long hours, and he never complains. And he works remotely from Florida, right? Mick sits alone in his apartment when his girlfriend's out. Fiance now, they got engaged. Congratulations, Mick. And he works all day and he does not complain. Mick is from Minnesota. He is a blue collar kind of guy. He was a Comcast technician for like 8 years, and he's an adult, he's 35, right? This dude came in February when we were at Y Combinator, and he saw something and he said, I want to come in and I want to work my tail off and I want to create a career for myself at Players Lounge. And we'd had several people say they wanted to do that, and then they just kind of, you know, they did okay. But Mick Manning, the head of Players Lounge support, this dude came in and would not shut the fuck up. He would not stop working. And so those type of people, the type of people that come from your working class, your urban environments, the people that are not given every opportunity in the world, those are the second bucket of people that I love to hire for Players Lounge, because I want somebody that's got a fucking chip on their shoulder, that's willing to outwork people and out hustle and just get to the top no matter what it takes, right? Players Lounge customer support is not the sexiest job. People are yelling at you, people are complaining. It is a thankless position. N'Golo Kante is debatably one of the best soccer players in the world, and he will never, ever win Player of the Year. It's always gonna go to a sexy Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar type. But N'Golo Kante might be the most single important soccer player in the world, right? Those are the types of people that I want to hire, right? Your Didier Drogba's, your Cam Bowles, and your N'Golo Kantes, your Mick Mannings. Those are the two types of people that I love to hire. Either I want somebody considerably more talented I think I am, or two, people that are gonna sweat with me in the trenches day to day. So that's it, guys. Some background on Players Lounge, some insights into what we look for when we hire people, and I'll make some more videos like this, guys. So I hope to see ya on the site.